Hello students, welcome to the second lecture of relative motion. I am Lalit Midha, your physics teacher, and today we will cover problems based on riverboat and man and escalator. First of all, let us understand the concept behind these problems. First point, motion of boat in the line of river flow. In this point, we are taking flow of river and motion of boat along the same line, right? We have two conditions for this point. First condition, when boat is moving in the direction of flow of river, that is also known as downstream. Second condition, when boat is moving opposite to direction of flow of river, that is also known as upstream. Let us suppose this is the river flowing with velocity VRG. What is VRG? It is velocity of river with respect to ground. And here I am assuming this standing person as ground, right? So this person is observing the velocity of river, that is VRG. That is the actual velocity of river. What is VBR? Velocity of boat relative to river means with respect to river. With respect to river means if we keep river at rest, then boat will move with this velocity, VBR. In other ways, we can say this is the velocity of boat in still water because we are calculating with respect to river, keeping river at rest. So it is velocity of boat in still water. In other words, you can say it is the velocity produced by engine of boat or individual velocity of boat excluding the effect of river flow, right? Next is VBG. This is velocity of boat with respect to ground. If this person observes the velocity of boat, then it will be velocity of boat with respect to ground that is observed by this man. And this velocity is not equal to velocity of boat with respect to river because this is the individual velocity of boat. But this is the net velocity of boat including the effect of river flow. So let us calculate this value. Here we have velocity of boat with respect to river is velocity of boat minus velocity of river, relative velocity. So what is the velocity of boat with respect to ground or observed by this man? It is, move this VR to the left side, then velocity of boat with respect to ground will be VBR plus VRG. That means velocity of boat observed by this man, standing man, will be the vector sum of individual velocity of boat plus velocity of river. Because both are moving in the same direction, let us suppose the velocity of river is 10 meter per second and velocity of boat is 15 meter per second. Then what is the velocity of boat observed by man? Man will observe total velocity, total net velocity, both are in same direction. You can write I cap and I cap here also. So total velocity is the net velocity of boat observed by man, that is 10 plus 15. So that is 25 meter per second. So this man will see the total velocity of boat including the effect of river. That is velocity of boat with respect to ground, right? Now let us calculate the time taken by the boat in covering this horizontal distance D. This horizontal distance D. So what is the formula of time? Formula of time is distance divided by total speed with respect to ground because this D distance is with respect to ground. So total velocity of boat with respect to ground is sum of these two, like 25. So sum of these two is VBR plus VR. So put the value here. So time taken by the boat in downstream case is distance divided by total speed of the boat. So total speed of the boat is VBR plus VR. So distance divided by total speed of the boat with respect to ground is the time taken by the boat to cover this d distance in direction of flow of river. Understood? Now let us discuss the second condition. In this second condition, boat is moving opposite to direction of flow of river or water. This condition is also known as upstream condition. In this upstream condition, this boat will move against or opposite to flow of river. This will happen only when velocity of boat with respect to river, that is individual velocity of boat, should be more than velocity of river. Why? Let us understand by taking a simple example. Suppose velocity of river is 10 meter per second I cap or in right direction. That means the water is moving 10 meter in 1 second. Water will move 10 meter in 1 second. Right? So obviously boat will also shifted by river 10 meter in 1 second. Now what is the individual velocity of boat? Individual velocity of boat is 15 meter per second in left direction. So boat is covering 15 meter distance in 1 second. Right? So what is the overall shift of the boat with respect to ground? With respect to ground, the overall shift of the boat is 15 minus 10. That means boat is moving only 5 meter in 1 second. So velocity of boat with respect to ground is only 5 meter per second. Right? If both will have same velocity, let us suppose the velocity of river is 10 meter per second and velocity of boat is also 10 meter per second. In that case, river will flow the boat or move the boat 10 meter in 1 second and boat will also move towards left side 10 meter in 1 second because both are equal. Then position of the boat will not change with respect to ground. So ground person will see zero velocity of boat. That means ground person or observer will see that boat is in rest state. Boat is not in motion. Right? So here net velocity of boat is subtraction of these two. And to move upstream, we need more individual velocity of boat in comparison to river. Right? Now, time taken for boat to move d distance opposite to flow of river. Now, what is the time taken by the boat to cover this distance? What is the net velocity of boat? Net velocity of boat is 15 minus 10, or you can say VBR minus VR. So, VBG is the net velocity of boat with respect to ground. That is VBR plus VRG. But both are in opposite direction, so their addition will give you the subtraction value. Minus 15 I cap plus 10 I cap, you will get minus 5 I cap. That means overall shift in the boat is 5 meter left in 1 second. Right? So magnitude wise velocity of boat with respect to ground is only 5 meter per second. That means the subtraction of the magnitudes. Now what is the time taken by the boat to cover d distance? It is distance divided by total or net velocity of boat. Total or net velocity of boat is only VBG, or you can say in this example it is 5. So net velocity of boat is VBR minus VR because VBR is more as compared to VR. Right? Now let us see the next point, that is man and escalator problem. Man and escalator problems are exactly similar to upstream and downstream case. Here, if man is walking in the direction of motion of escalator, this is the escalator moving in this direction with this speed, that is velocity of escalator with respect to ground, right? Like river. And man is walking on the escalator in the same direction, right? So what is the net velocity of man? Because escalator will shift the man in right direction and man is also walking in right direction. So overall, the net velocity of man will be addition of these two, exactly similar to downstream case. In downstream case, what is the net velocity of boat? It is sum of individual velocity of boat plus velocity of river. Here, net velocity of man will be sum of these two. So what is the time taken by the man to cover d distance downstream? That is d divided by sum of the two velocities, right? Second case, man is walking opposite to direction of motion of escalator. That means this is upstream case. Man is walking in this direction. Now to move towards left, what is the main condition? Main condition is velocity of man should be more than velocity of escalator. If velocity of man is more than escalator, then only this man can move in left direction, exactly similar to the previous case. So here net velocity of man is again subtraction of these two, because escalator will move the man right side 10 meter in 1 second and man will move 15 meter in 1 second. So overall shift of the man is towards left side and it is only 5 meter per second. That means subtraction of the two. So time taken by the man to cover this d distance upstream is d divided by v me, velocity of man with respect to escalator, or you can say it is individual velocity of man. So overall velocity of man is subtraction of these two velocities. So time taken is d divided by vme minus veg, right? Now let us discuss some problems based on the previous concept. First problem, a boat takes 2 hours to travel 8 km and back in still water. That means velocity of river is 0. Boat is going 8 km in right direction, then again it is coming back 8 km and the total distance covered by the boat is 16 km and the time taken is 2 hours. If the velocity of water is 4 km per hour, the time taken for going upstream 8 km and coming back is. So we have to find out the total time in going 8 km downstream, 8 km upstream. First of all, let us calculate the velocity of boat with respect to river or individual velocity of boat. With respect to river means keeping river at rest. And it is given to you that velocity of river is 0. So let us calculate the individual velocity of boat. So distance is known to us, 8 plus 8. Total distance is known to us. Total time also given in the problem. It is 2 hours. So velocity of boat with respect to river means individual velocity of boat is 16 divided by 2, 8 km per hour. Now we know the velocity of boat. In second case, river is also flowing with speed 4 km per hour and boat is going 8 km downstream and then 8 km upstream. So in downstream, net velocity of boat with respect to ground is sum of these two. That is, time taken is 8 km distance downstream divided by total velocity of boat is 8 plus 4, that is 2 divided by 3 hours, that is 40 minutes. Next, in case of upstream, we have to subtract the two velocities. Why? Because in case of upstream, net velocity of boat is subtraction of the two. That means 8 minus 4. So 8 km upstream time is 8 divided by 8 minus 4, that is 2 hours. So what is the total time? total time is 40 minutes and 2 hours. So total time is 2 hours 40 minutes, right? Second problem. A person walks up a stationary escalator in time t1. That means escalator is at rest and the time taken by the man in covering the distance is t1. If he remains stationary on an escalator, then it can take him up in time t2. So if only escalator will move, then he will reach in time t2. Now what is the question? How much time it will take when both are moving? Escalator is also moving and he is also walking up in that escalator, right? So we have to find out velocity of man, velocity of escalator, because both are not given in the problem. Only time t1 and t2 is given to you. So let us suppose initially escalator is not moving. So velocity of escalator is 0. Man is moving with respect to escalator, means keeping escalator at rest. Distance is, let us suppose d, time taken is t1. So what is time formula? It is distance divided by speed. So distance is d, speed is vme, velocity of man with respect to escalator. So this is the value of t1. What is the value of velocity of man with respect to escalator? It is vme is d divided by t1. Right? In second condition, they are saying only escalator is moving. Man is in rest state with respect to escalator. That means here, with respect to escalator, velocity of man is 0. Same distance covered in t2 time, but speed is speed of escalator. So t2 is distance divided by speed of escalator. So escalator speed is d divided by t2. Right? In third condition, they are saying both are moving. So total time taken by the man is d divided by total velocity of the man. What is the total velocity of the man? Is sum of velocity of man with respect to escalator plus velocity of escalator. So this is the total velocity. Now do one thing, put the value of man velocity and escalator velocity in this relation. When you put in this relation, then dd will cancel out and you will get time equal to t1 t2 divided by t1 plus t2. So time taken by the man in case of moving escalator is t1 t2 divided by t1 plus t2. Understood? Next problem. In this problem, a boat is moving with velocity 5 km per hour relative to water. Relative to water means it is VBR. At t equal to 0, the boat passes through a piece of cork floating in water while moving downstream. That means when the boat is moving in the direction of river flow, then it passes a wooden cork at t equal to 0. If it turns at t equal to 30 minutes, that means after half an hour, this boat is taking turn. When the boat meet the wooden cork again and distance traveled by the boat. So we have to find out the time and the distance traveled by the boat. So first of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of VBR or velocity of boat relative to river. That means if we keep river at rest, then velocity of boat is 5 km per hour. And this wooden cork will move with the flow of river. That means this wooden cork is having velocity of river. And how much extra boat is having? 5. Because this is velocity of boat keeping river or cork at rest. Because cork is also moving with the same speed. Right? So we can say when we keep river at rest or cork at rest, then velocity of boat is 5 km per hour. So in half an hour, this boat will cover some extra distance. Why? Because it is having extra velocity as compared to wooden cork. So what is the distance covered by the boat? Extra distance covered by the boat in half an hour? It is s. And what is this value? It is velocity into time. Velocity is 5 and time is half. Displacement of the boat relative to cork is 2.5 km in half an hour. Now this boat is taking turn. Again relative velocity of boat with respect to river is again 5. That means keeping river at rest, keeping this cork at rest, this boat is moving with speed 5. Again, it has to cover the same distance. Again, the boat has to cover the same distance to meet this wooden cork, because we are keeping wooden cork at rest, then boat will move with speed 5. So this displacement and this speed, time is again half an hour. Displacement is 2.5, speed is 5. So time taken by the boat to meet this cork is again half an hour. So total time taken is half hour plus half hour. That means 1 hour. So after 1 hour, boat will meet the cork again. And how much distance covered by the boat? In downstream, the distance is 2.5. Same is the distance for upstream, because this boat is having extra speed 5 relative to water. So 2.5 is the upstream distance. That is 2.5 plus 2.5, total distance is 5 kilometer. Next problem, fourth. A motorboat takes 8 hours to travel between 2 points along the flow of river, that means downstream. 12 hours against the flow of river, that means upstream, for the same distance. So distance is same. Time taken by the boat to travel the same distance in still water. So in still water, we have to find out the time. First condition given to you, in downstream, time taken is 8 hours. So let us suppose this boat is moving with speed VBR, that is the individual velocity of boat only. VBR, and this is the flow of river VR. D is the distance. Time taken is 8 hours. Distance is D. What is the net speed? Net speed of the boat in downstream is addition. So VBR plus VR. We don't know the value of VBR and VR. So I am separating VBR and VR. Write this equation as VBR plus VR is equal to D divided by 8R. Right? In second condition, upstream, time taken is 12 hours. So in upstream, what is the net velocity of boat? It is VBR minus VR. So time is 12, distance is same, D divided by VBR minus VR. So again separate this VBR minus VR. What you will get? VBR minus VR is equal to D divided by 12. Right? And in the last condition, they are saying time taken by the boat to travel the same distance in still water. Still water means velocity of river is 0. So we have velocity of boat only. So time taken is distance divided by velocity of boat. In still water, we have still water here. Right? So we don't know the value of VBR. From these two equations, you can calculate the value of VBR. Add these two equations, VR and VR will cancel out. So after addition of these two equations, you will get 2 VBR is equal to D divided by 8 plus D divided by 12. What we have to find out? We have to find out D divided by VBR. So separate D divided by VBR. Remaining terms shifted to left side. So you will get 2 into 8 into 12 divided by 8 plus 12. Solve it. You will get 9.6 hours. So time taken by the boat in still water is 9.6 hours. That is D divided by VBR. Right? Now let us understand the concept behind the problems in which boat will cross the river. Mainly we have two different cases in this topic. Let us start with the first one. To cross the river over the shortest distance. So here we want to cross the river but by following shortest path. Let us suppose we are starting from point A. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. And we have to follow the shortest path. That means we have to reach opposite end because this path is the shortest path. So we want to move from A and we want to reach B point. That means along y-axis. If our boat starts from A along the direction of y-axis. Then river is on x-axis. So river flow is on x-axis and individual velocity of boat is along y-axis. So what is the net velocity of boat? Y direction, individual velocity of boat. X direction, velocity of river. So net velocity of boat will be in this direction between x and y. So observer will see the net velocity in this direction and boat will follow this path. Right? That is not shortest path. We want to reach opposite end. So we have to tilt the velocity of boat with respect to river. So boat will move in this direction relative to river. Why? Because we want to cancel out the effect of river flow. We don't want to move along x-axis. So we have to break the velocity of boat into two parts. What is VBR? VBR is the velocity of boat with respect to river, or you can say it is the individual velocity of boat. So we will divide the two components of velocity of boat. One component is along y-axis, that is VBR cos theta, and the other component is VBR sin theta. This component is used to cancel out the effect of river flow, because this boat is trying to move along negative x-axis also and along positive y-axis also. This negative x velocity VBR sin theta will cancel out the effect of river flow in positive x direction. So to cross the river over the shortest path, the boat should move by making an angle theta with the normal of flow of water, such that VBR sin theta cancel the effect of river flow or velocity of river. So we are making angle 90 plus theta with the flow of river. So this boat is making angle 90 plus theta so that we can reach opposite end. What is the main point? Main point is we want to cancel out the flow of river. We don't want to move in x direction. So to cancel out the flow of river, we have to make one component of velocity of boat in opposite direction. If river will flow the boat in x direction with speed, suppose 10 meter per second, then we need a boat velocity in opposite direction that is also 10 meter per second, so that the net velocity in x direction becomes 0 and boat will follow this path, that is along y-axis only, and then only boat will reach opposite end. Right? Total velocity of boat in x direction. So in x direction, what is the total velocity of boat? Boat will have two velocities, one component of individual velocity and the flow of river, because the net velocity of boat observed by this man is the sum of two. So individual velocity of boat, sine component, and velocity of river. What is the total velocity in x direction? It is VBR sin theta minus VR, because both are in opposite direction. So this is magnitude. To reach opposite end B, VBX should be 0. If net velocity in x direction is 0, then boat will move only in y direction. And we want to move along y direction with respect to earth. Right? With respect to this person, we want to move along this direction so that we can reach B point. So if these two are equal, then velocity of boat in x direction will be equal to 0. So compare them, because when they are equal, then we will get 0. Compare them and you will get sine theta is equal to VR divided by VBR. That means theta is equal to sine inverse VR divided by VBR. That means we have to move at an angle 90 plus theta from the flow of river to reach opposite end B. Net velocity of boat in y direction. So in y direction, what is the net velocity of boat? It is VBR cos theta. So y direction velocity of boat is VBR cos theta. That is also the velocity observed by ground. Ground person will see that boat is moving in this direction because we want to reach opposite end. So this is VBG, that is velocity of boat observed by ground or man. Time taken by the boat to cross the river. Now we want to find out how much time this boat will take to reach opposite end. To reach opposite end, what is the velocity? VBR cos theta. What is the distance? Y. So time is the distance divided by velocity. Both are in y direction. So distance in y direction is d. Velocity in y direction is VBR cos theta. Sin theta and river flow already cancel out. So we have only this velocity. So divide them. So this is the time taken by the boat to cross the river, that is d divided by VBR cos theta. If you don't want theta, then we can replace cos theta with under root 1 minus sine square theta. And sine theta is already known to us. So put the value of sine theta here and put this cos value in this relation. So we will get VBR cos is under root 1 minus sine square and sine value is VR divided by VBR. Solve it. You will get d divided by under root VBR square minus VR square. What is VBR? It is the velocity of boat relative to river. Means velocity of boat keeping river at rest, or you can say it is velocity of boat for still water. Minus VR, and VR is velocity of river. Right? Now let us discuss the second condition. In this condition, we want to cross the river in shortest time. Means we want to cross this river in minimum time, whether we will reach B point, C point or any other point, we don't care. Our main aim is to cross this river in minimum time. So how to get minimum time? For this, let us discuss the previous case first. In the previous case, individual velocity of boat with respect to river was divided into two components because it was at theta angle. So it was divided into two parts. One part is VBR cos theta, that is used to cross the river. So in the previous case, we were using only one component to cross the river, that is VBR cos theta. And the other component is VBR sin theta. That component is used to cancel out the flow of river because we don't want to move along x-axis, right? So this VBR sin theta component was cancelled out by VRG river velocity, right? So in the previous case, only one component of boat velocity was used to cross the river. That means we were using less velocity in the previous case. Now, if you want to cross this river in minimum time, then you have to use full velocity of boat with respect to river, means we have to use the full velocity of boat. So in this case, to cross the river in minimum time, boat will move in direction perpendicular to the flow of river. Why? Because we want to use full velocity of boat in crossing the river, right? So here we will move our boat along normal or along y-axis, or you can say 90 degree with the flow of river. to use full velocity of boat, right? Because of river flow VRG, because there is some flow of river also. So our boat is going in this direction, but river is continuously pushing the boat in right direction, right? So because of flow of river in X direction, boat will get displacement in X direction. So boat will get some displacement in X direction. That displacement is known as drift, right? So our boat is moving in this direction to cross the river in minimum time. We are using full velocity of boat in crossing the river. But river is continuously pushing our boat in right direction. So the net velocity of boat with respect to ground observer, with respect to ground, because ground person will see the net velocity of boat as well as river. So with respect to ground person, the boat will move in this direction. The face of the boat will be in this side and boat will move in this manner, right? The face of the boat or individual velocity of boat will be in this direction, and because of river flow, boat will move in this manner, and finally boat will reach at point C with drift X. What is drift? It is the displacement of boat in X direction. Right? Now, velocity of boat in X direction. So, what is the velocity of boat observed by this man in X direction? This man will see the net effect. So, according to the ground observer, velocity of boat in X direction is VRG. So, velocity of boat in X direction is VRG. Velocity of boat in Y direction. So, according to this man, velocity of boat in Y direction is VBR. So velocity of boat in Y direction is VBR, right? Now the time taken to cross the river. So what is that minimum time? That is the displacement in Y direction, that is D, and velocity in Y direction. So displacement in Y direction is D, velocity of boat in Y direction is VBR. So this is the minimum time taken by the boat to cross the river, right? Second, drift X. We have to find out the drift X, that is displacement in X direction, displacement of boat in X direction. So according to the equation, displacement is equal to velocity of boat in X direction into time. There is no X relation. So X is equal to Ux into T. This X direction velocity is VRG. So VRG into this minimum time is the displacement of the boat in X direction, that is also known as drift. Now let us see what is the total displacement of the boat. Because boat is traveling along this path, so we have to find out this displacement. So according to this diagram, you can see displacement of the boat is d square plus x square under root. Use the Pythagoras theorem, then displacement of the boat is under root x square plus d square. Understood this point? Now let us discuss third and last point. In this point, boat is moving for any general condition. Suppose we have a boat at point A and this boat is moving in this direction, that is velocity of boat with respect to river. That means individual velocity of boat. And river is flowing in this direction, that is VRG. What we have to find here? We have to find out time taken by the boat to cross this river, and we have to find out the displacement of boat in X direction, that is also known as drift, right? So first let us divide the velocity of boat into two parts. This is the individual velocity. So two parts are VBR cos theta, that is used to cross the river. So this component is used to cross the river, that is VBR cos theta. And the second component is VBR sin theta. This component is opposing the flow of river, right? Now let us calculate the total velocity of boat. Means velocity of boat observed by ground. Ground person will see the net effect of these two velocities, right? Velocity of boat as well as velocity of river. Net effect of these two is the total velocity of boat with respect to ground. So let us calculate the velocity of boat, total velocity of boat along x-axis. So along x-axis we have two velocities, right? Total velocity. So VBR sin theta minus VRG, because they are in opposite direction. So just subtract them, right? Now velocity of boat along y-axis. So velocity of boat along y-axis is VBR cos theta, right? First thing we have to calculate is time taken by the boat to cross the river. So time is displacement in y direction divided by velocity in y direction. Displacement is d. Velocity is VBR cos theta. So this is the time taken by the boat to cross this river. Now second is displacement of the boat in x direction. That is also known as drift. Now drift is velocity of boat in x direction into time. So what is the velocity of boat in x direction? VBR sin theta minus VRG into time. This is the time. Put this value here. You will get the value of drift. Now drift depends on these two velocities. If velocity of river is more than sine component of velocity of boat, then boat will have net velocity in x direction. So boat will reach C point, this point, right side of B. Let us take a simple example. If velocity of river is 10 meter per second and velocity of boat sine component is only 8 meter per second. So river flow is more as compared to sine component of boat. That means net velocity of boat is in right direction 2 meter per second. So boat will reach on the right side of point B. If VBR sin theta is less than VRG, then boat will reach on the right side, right? Now let us take the opposite condition. When VBR sin theta is more than VRG, let us take the opposite condition. This is 10 meter per second and this is 8 meter per second. So individual velocity of boat along x-axis is 10 meter in 1 second. So boat will move 10 meter left side in 1 second. River will move the boat right side 8 meter in 1 second. So what is the total displacement of the boat in 1 second? That is in left direction. So boat will reach on the left side at point D. So when velocity of boat sine component is more than VRG, then boat will reach on the left side of point B. Now if both are equal, then drift will be 0. If both are equal, then it is our first condition for shortest path condition. Then boat will reach exactly opposite point, that is B point, right? Next, let us discuss some problems based on the previous topic. First problem, width of the river is given to you 2 km. Flow of river is also given to you 3 km per hour. Man can swim with 6 km per hour in still water. What is this? Still water velocity is velocity of boat relative to river. That means this is the individual velocity of boat or man. To reach opposite point, find the direction and we have to find out the time taken also. So we have to reach opposite end. What is the condition? The condition is velocity of boat with respect to river should be at an angle theta. And one component is VBR sin theta. here we have VBR cos theta, and here we have velocity of river. To reach exactly opposite end, these two should be equal. Or you can say x direction velocity of the boat should be 0, or VBR sine theta is equal to VRG. Sine theta is equal to VRG divided by VBR. RG is 3, VBR is 6. That is the velocity of man, or you can say velocity of boat relative to water. So angle is 30 degree because sine theta is half. So angle 30 degrees. So what is the angle made by man with the flow of river? So angle with the flow of river is 90 plus theta 30. That means 120 degree with the flow of river. Remember, you have to calculate with respect to river. So angle will be 120 degree. Now time taken. What is the formula of time taken in this case? It is d divided by VBR cos theta. We know the value of theta. Put the value of theta. VBR is 6. Width of the river is already given to you, 2. Solve it, you will get 2 divided by 3 root 3 r. Now let us see the second problem. In second problem, velocity of boat in still water is given to you. That means again it is VBR. A person can save 2 seconds while traveling in shortest time compared to shortest path. Okay, so they are saying instead of moving along shortest path, if he travel with shortest time, then he can save 2 seconds. That means the difference in time is given to you 2 seconds. Width of the river is also given to you 80 meter. And they are asking what is the velocity of river. That means we have to find out VR. So first thing, for shortest path, what is the time? Time is d divided by VBR cos theta, or the second formula is under root VBR square minus VR square. Right? When you put the value of cos theta, you will get this formula. Now just put the values. 80 meter is the width. Velocity of boat with respect to river is given to you, still water speed 10. Velocity of river we have to find out. Now for shortest time condition, time formula is d divided by VBR. VBR is given to you 10. So 80 divided by 10, that means 8. And the difference in time is 2 seconds. So T1 minus T2, obviously shortest time is the minimum time. So this time is more than this time. Difference is 2 seconds. So 80 divided by under root 10 square minus VR square minus 80 divided by 10 is 2 seconds. Just solve it. This is 8, this is 2. Move this side, it becomes 10. So 0 will cancel out, 10 will cancel out, and we will get 8 square is equal to 10 square minus VR square. So from this equation you will get velocity of river 6 meter per second. Right? Next problem. In this problem we have two cities, city A and city B, and the straight line between the two cities is L. Wind is blowing perpendicular to the length with speed V. An aeroplane flies along a straight line from A to B with speed V0 and back again with the same speed V0. Find the total time of the trip. So here we have to find out the total time of the trip. This aeroplane wind problem is exactly similar to river and boat problem with shortest distance condition. We have to move from A to B and wind is blowing in right direction. So instead of river, here we have wind that is blowing with speed V. So if we move our aeroplane directly from A to B, then wind will push this aeroplane and finally the aeroplane will reach here. So we have to tilt our aeroplane at an angle theta to reach opposite end so that aeroplane will move like this. Right? So aeroplane will reach opposite end only when it is moving at some angle theta. And we know the time for this condition. Time for this condition is d divided by under root VBR square minus VR square. So instead of VBR, we have individual velocity of aeroplane, that is V naught, right? So distance between A and B is L. So this is L. L divided by V naught square minus V square. Instead of river, we have wind. So V square. Now let us move our aeroplane from B to A. If we move our aeroplane directly from B to A, then wind will push the aeroplane in right direction and the aeroplane will reach here at this point. So to move the aeroplane along this path B to A, we have to tilt the aeroplane at an angle theta, right? Exactly same case. So aeroplane will move in this manner and finally it will reach at point A. So time taken for this case from B to A is exactly same, right? It is exactly same to the first. So it is L divided by under root V naught square minus V square. So total time of the trip is addition of these two. So total time of trip is 2L divided by under root V naught square minus V square, right? Now let us discuss question number 4. A river of width 120 meter which flows at the speed of 8 meter per second, right? Man swims with speed 5 meter per second at an angle 127 degree with the stream. That means with the flow of river. His drift, so we have to find out the drift. Here, nothing mentioned to us that it is a shortest distance condition or it is shortest time condition. Nothing given in the problem. So we have to see like a journal case. We have to solve it for journal condition. So we know the velocity of man, individual velocity of man is 5 and he is moving at 127 degree. So this is the velocity of river and man is moving at 127 degree. That means 90 is the normal plus 37. So theta here is 37 degree. And we know this from standard right angle triangle, basic mathematics video lecture. You can see this relation. So sine 37 is 3 by 5 and cos 37 is 4 by 5. So now we can divide the velocity of man into two components. One component will be 5 cos 37 and this component is used to cross the river. 5 cos 37, 4 by 5, that means 5 cos 37 is 4 meter per second. So man will cross the river with speed 4 meter per second, right? Now what is the other component? Other component is 5 sine 37. Sine 37 is 3 by 5. So 5 into 3 by 5, that means 3 meter per second. So boat is trying to move in left direction with speed 3. But river is trying to move the boat with speed 8 meter per second. So river will move the boat in right direction because here river velocity is more as compared to the individual velocity of boat in x direction. So in x direction, individual velocity of boat is only 3, but river velocity is 8. So net x direction velocity of boat is 8 minus 3, 5 meter per second in x direction. So velocity of boat in x direction is 5 meter per second, right? And what is the velocity of boat in y direction? It is 4 meter per second, calculated here, right? Now, what is the time taken by the boat or this man in covering 120 meter with speed 4 meter per second? So displacement is 120, speed is in this direction 4 meter per second. So time taken by this man to cross the river is 30 seconds. In this time duration, boat will cover some x displacement also, that is known as drift. So in 30-second duration, boat will cover some x displacement with speed 5 meter per second because the net speed of boat along x-axis is 5 meter per second. So drift or displacement of the boat is velocity of boat in x direction into time. So velocity of boat in x direction is 5 and time is 30. So overall drift of the boat is 150 meter in right side. Why? Because velocity of river is more than the sign component of boat speed, right? Next, let us see the last problem. Two person P and Q crosses the river starting from point A on one side to exactly opposite point B. So we have two person P and Q starting from same point. I am showing motion of two in separate diagrams, but they are starting from same point at same time. P person is moving from A to B for shortest path condition, and Q person is moving from A to B for shortest time condition. For shortest time, the person will reach at C point. So Q will reach C point, there will be some drift, and then the person will walk from C to B with speed U. So this person, that is the Q person, is moving from C to B with speed U, right? Finally, he will reach at point B. Now velocity of river for both the two conditions is same, 3 km per hour. Each person can swim with speed 5 km per hour. So individual velocity of the two person is also same, 5 km per hour. Both P and Q reach point B at the same time. Find the speed U. So if both are starting from the same point at the same time and finally they reach point B at the same time, then we have to find out what is the speed with which this person is moving from C to B, right? Now let us see for person P. For person P, it is shortest path condition. So we directly know the time to move from A to B. That is TAB for P. That is D divided by under root VBR square minus VR square. So D is, let us suppose, the width of the river. D is the width of the river, and VBR is the velocity of boat with respect to river, that is 5 here, and river velocity is also given to you 3. So D divided by under root 5 square minus 3 square, that is 4. So time taken by P person to move from A to B is D divided by 4, right? Now let us see for person Q. Person Q is moving for shortest time. So first the person will reach C point because of this drift. Then he will walk from C to B. So the total time A to B is divided into two parts. First, crossing river, that is from A to C. Then walking from C point to B point with speed U. So total time A to B is divided into two parts. A to C is crossing river, and the minimum time is D divided by VBR because it is the shortest time condition. So it is D divided by VBR, and VBR is 5, velocity of boat relative to river. And this time B to C is distance divided by speed. What is the time taken by the man to cover distance x with speed U? So it is x divided by U. What is x? X is drift. What is the formula of drift? It is VR into D divided by VBR. And speed U we have to find out. So total time for Q is D divided by VBR, that is river crossing time, plus time taken by the man to cover this distance, right? Put the values. It is D divided by 5, VR is 3, VBR is 5, D, so solve it. You will get D divided by 5 plus 3D divided by 5U. So this is the time taken by the person Q moving from A to B. And what is the time taken by P person? It is D divided by 4. According to the problem, both the times are equal. So compare them. When you compare the two times, then D divided by 4 is equal to D divided by 5 plus 3D divided by 5U. D will cancel out. Move this 1 by 5 on the left side. So 1 by 4 minus 1 by 5 is equal to 3 by 5U. Just solve it. You will get U equal to 12 km per hour. That means the speed of the person Q in this duration is 12 kilometer per hour. That is our answer. Understood?